Just north of Venice, the Dolomite mountain range added some majestic nature to our otherwise pretty culture-focused trip. We actually drove up from Florence, taking about 5 to 6 hours and stopping a couple times on the way. First in Modena for a tasting at a friend's suggestion, the #1 place in the world for balsamic vinegar, and then second for lunch outside Verona, which entertained me because I work in Verona, Wisconsin in the United States. I had researched many scenic spots in the Dolomites to check out and settled on wanting to see a very famous one that did not disappoint. Lake Braies is packed during the high season to the point where they restrict the traffic on the road, but was very reasonable when we visited at the end of September. Could just drive right up to the parking lot. Just completely picturesque with some great lighting while we were there too. This lake is a little over 1 kilometer long, has a path wrapping around it, and a small number of buildings at one end with a hotel, gift shop, restaurant, and a dock where you can rent a rowboat. This was our introduction to the Dolomites and definitely lived up to its reputation, in my opinion. So beautiful. We stayed nearby for the night on the northernmost end of Italy, known as South Tyrol. Regular, no clarifier Tyrol being the area of Austria just across the border. And I didn't realize how much culture shift there'd be as a result. Our hotel did a themed dinner night that reminded me much more of a German, Swiss, Austrian food than it did Italian, complete with live entertainment. On our second day, we got a little more intense as Danny and I completed our second Via Ferrata together. The first was in New Zealand, if you want to check out that video too. Via Ferrata is basically rock climbing on a set path where someone has put a permanent wire that you can strap into to catch you if you fall. This was a quote-unquote intermediate climb called Ferrata Caprioli. It's actually new as of 2024, and we hired a guide to take us. To get to and from it was quite a hike, actually, more than expected. The whole excursion took us about 4.5 hours, and I'd say probably half that was hiking to and from. Serious elevation gains too, steep grade up, steep grade down on the other side of the loop. The whole thing was around 2,200 feet vertical. And I have to say, I was a little surprised at the difficulty level at some points. I was expecting it to be like New Zealand, where it's mostly just a fear of crazy heights that was the barrier, assuming you can basically climb a ladder. But some of this actually required some rock climbing, and the harness this time was only there for emergencies. The lines were stretchy before the fall damper shock absorber thing, so you couldn't just hang on it for fun to take a break. We were always holding on under our own power.
I love mountains. This is so easy.
She just finished saying how easy this was, but in a not sarcastic tone a minute ago before the camera was on.
I tried to get some shots to actually demonstrate how crazy this was, but as you can imagine, I could only handle the selfie stick when I wasn't also on the most intense parts hanging on for dear life. As Danny would put it, we basically climbed a whole Dolomite. Lots of weather changes during it too. You can get a sense for the height once the clouds start being under us, but man, getting to the top felt good. We visited a mountain refuge for hikers up there before heading back down. They had a very appropriate dog, a garden Danny liked very much, and a gazebo mysteriously shrouded in clouds. We walked back across massive, scary rain runoff ditches and along the sides of what in the winter are ski trails. I'd definitely love to come back and ski myself. The mountains here are really gorgeous. I always like nature more than human stuff, so I'm very happy we got to spend these couple days in the mountains, and definitely recommend it to anyone in the area. Thanks for watching, and subscribe if you enjoyed it. Thanks.